We live in an amazing country. A country that has a Bill of Rights. A right for this, a right for that. While the Torah, rather than calling it a Bill of Rights, it's really a Bill of Duty, obligation. Privilege, yes, but duty. I want to share some fascinating and beautiful words of Torah with you from our Parshat, Behar, that describe duty and we can bring out in a most beautiful manner. V'lekachtem etchem li la'am, and I shall take you for me as a people, says God. Rabbi Hirsch says, a people of God, a community of God. This is the most basic calling of the Jewish people. He says that the social and communal life that we build together, when we exist and thrive and live a life that is governed by the framework that we call Torah, that's what stamps us as being a people of God. In this week's Parsha, we defined that there are poor Jews, and we do whatever we can to prevent poverty. Poor Jews, though, are Jews, and nationally, they're joined to us. Lending money to the poor is lending money to God's poor. The laws that govern money lending are not a function of an abstract theory of fair dealing. Rather, it's a concrete practice of building Jewish community. How? By giving, of course, tzedakah. The root word of tzedakah, the shoresh of tzedakah, is tzedek. It's being just. Being just, explains Rabbi Hirsch, the great German sage of the 1800s, demands that we respond to the call of duty. Duty includes, of course, the idea that God giveth, God taketh. All that we have, in a certain sense, belongs to whom? Me? Yes, but also to God. The Parsha specifically teaches us of a prohibition against lending money with interest to other Jews. Now, if you consider this concept from a rational perspective, if money were mine and mine only, then it's appropriate and sound business sense to charge a fee for lending money to someone in need. Money I have as capital is meant to generate more money. Well, I'm happy to give it to you, but I want to see something from it. But money, says the Torah, is not entirely mine. It's not entirely yours. Like I mentioned, it's regarded as belonging also to God. And hence lending, says the Torah, becomes a duty. It's not just a right. It's a duty, not just a business. Therefore, once we have this new construct, when we think of money as not being totally mine, and lending money as not just being a business sense thing, but rather it's a duty, and it's there to help others grow and become part of the Jewish community in a much more significant manner, we have a new construct of money lending. It's not the poor person who must seek out funds from a rich person to borrow. Rather, it's the rich person that must seek out the poor person so that he can best use his surplus wealth. For you see, the poor person sees the rich person in a very finite way, as a means of material support. He's driven by necessity. But the rich person all of a sudden has a whole new paradigm from which to view his money and the poor person. He sees the poor person as the means for carrying out a very high and spiritual duty. For after all, duty binds us together as a people. It creates meaningful community. It creates a people of God. And it stamps us as being that people of God. I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom and a wonderful Shabbat.